to everybody who's watching. I am not watching the stream as usual because my computer is just bad, so also, um, oh my god, this is terrible. Hang on, guys. I need to change something. Drop the bitrate real quick to probably like something absurdly low because apparently my network is not great for this. Um, give it a moment, everybody. It's lagging. Give it a moment. Oh my god. Well, something closed. I'm not sure what closed, but um, kind of worried at the moment. Yes, you can see my hand, although it's kind of laggy because of um the iffiness. I don't know. It's like yeah, there's just something going on with this, and I don't know. And it looks like it's working better now. Although the stream quality is probably pretty trashy, but um yeah, for network reasons I can't do very high bit rates, so dang internet. Anyways, let's get this plane started. I would normally have my checklist next to me, but I have the wrong kind, so I'm just gonna kind of wing it here, which is something you should never do in real life, because you know every airline has their own procedures anyway. But just you know, okay, plenty of fuel, but I'm gonna load up more because we're just practicing takeoffs and landings today. And I will get the flight plan momentarily. I know I'm pretty quiet. I wish there was a way to fix that, but I can't find a way right now, so just bear with me. I'll probably just make flight sim really, really quiet, which I'm trying to do and I have been doing. Um, just give me a moment. There we go. Yeah, so it's going to be a little bit noisy because of the inside noises, but yeah, throttle's right here, throttle cam. Um, just kind of what we're doing today. First time actually doing this, so with my hand, kind of weird, I admit, but what I was like, what the heck? So, um, you know, pretty cool. Just gonna do this. Not gonna start this yet, but we will shortly once all this is all set up. Okay. I'm gonna have to calculate this because we're gonna be using quite a bit of runway for takeoff because I do plan on taking off with full fuel for this because we are doing touch and goes and I would like as much time as possible to you know, get this done, so to just practice as much as possible. And as you may know, the more fuel, the more range we have. So this is obviously correct, so set that. Cargo, yeah, no cargo. Actually, we'll do 45. Oop, I guess I was a little too high on that. It might be different on the max. It looks like it might be, though. This is a newer plane with probably less fuel tanks, and it doesn't look like it enjoyed that. Okay. Interesting. Huh. How much fuel do I have? Still 10,300. Interesting. Yeah, we'll go 15,000. There we go. Okay, so now we have an extra 5,000. Feeling a little bit generous, actually. So fuel. Okay, 20,000 pounds. There we go. And now, let's switch to the external power unit, or auxiliary power unit. And that means I can remove the ground power and also all the chocks, which is kind of required. Tell it where we are. So it's going to be no fun if we can't know where we're going. Okay, there we go. Should be 275. I know it's kind of probably a little boring right now, but I can assure you it'll get less boring momentarily. Just give me a moment. Since we're not really cruising, I'm going to set this to about 8,000, I think. Which means you're restricted to below 250 knots. So, okay, let's these two. Crap. Okay, hang on. I gotta get the weather. Actually, you know what? I know this isn't really that realistic, but cheeky today. So I'm gonna set this to clear skies. Feeling a little lazy. Normally I don't do this, but heck, whatever. Alright, I'm gonna get the pushback going. Start. Okay. Anti-collision and that, come on. And there we go. Seatbelt's not really required, but I'm gonna have them anyway. Don't need that yet. Alright. Let's get these wheels rolling. Alright. Here, let me try to turn up my audio a little bit. I don't know why it's so quiet. I can just duplicate this other one. Audio capture. Can I duplicate this? Okay. It should be twice as loud now, I hope. No guarantees though. I'm hoping it is. And now I'm gonna start the engines. It should stop yapping and actually do the job. Alright. Okay. Motoring. And I think this pushback should stop momentarily, but I'm gonna stop it now manually. Okay. Get this engine started. And I'm also gonna be, I was just about to say I want to be lazy and take off from 09, which is not the normal direction for a runway. I mean, there's no wind, but this is so much closer. And I know normally I don't do this, but for a little bit on the lazy side today, so it should be 0995 then. 0905. There we go. Okay, taxi light on. And wait for this one to finish. For this one to finish, you know, starting, which it's just about. Start valve is still open. Okay, goes to cont. This one, go to ground start. Come on. So that's RTO, just in case we need to abort the takeoff, which is kind of stupid if we do, because then you have to taxi all the way back down to the end of the runway and wait again. So we're not going to do that, thankfully. Okay. And add fuel. And there we go. I'm going to add flaps 15 really quick. Flaps 15. Set. And Looks like you got a good start on this one so far. Come on. Engines are very toasty. That's in Celsius, by the way. That's how hot the exhaust gas is. 470. Wheel tab, quality. All looking okay. Minimal vibration. Alright, this can go to continue. Turn those on, turn this off, and get the air conditioning going. There we go. I know it's probably a little bit quieter. Yeah, I apologize if the audio is kind of like doubled right now. I had to make it a little louder artificially, and that's just how I did it, so. There we go. Crap, give me a moment. This is a bug that just happens. I don't know why it happens, but I've found that sometimes this plane just hates to work, so like I don't get why it does that. But yeah, we're just gonna crap. Hang on. Okay. Now we should be able to steer. There we go. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, I don't know why that happened. This normally doesn't have to reset that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but I'll have to explain what we're about to do. So we're doing touch and goes, which basically means we land, and then we take off again, but we don't actually stop, so this is good for training. And actually, this aircraft delivery is supposed to be a training one, and I'll show you in a moment. But I do need to turn the volume down on this. Give me a moment. Also, the stream is super delayed. It's like delayed by a full minute. I don't know why. Well, it appears on my end that it is, although I know it isn't. It appears it is not on your end. I don't know why that is. Okay. Slow down a little bit there. Okay. Turn that TCAS on and test it. It'll tell us if it passes. It should. Gonna go slow here while I wait for it to. Okay.
TCAS system test OK.
Alright, good to hear. Good to hear. Just gonna keep rolling. This plane is idle. It's like a high bypass, so it's able to roll a little better. And we're on idle right now. It just pushes us anyway, but yeah, that's pretty cool. Landing lights on. Wing light on. Strobes to strobe and steady. Taxi light off. There we go. Okay. Yeah, we're turning onto the runway now.
Approaching 09.
Checked. No one's coming in because there's no live traffic, so it works out. Okay. Just some juice to the left engine to help us turn.
09.
Checked. Alright. Just gonna hold the brakes, then we'll go. Gotta fix the trim a little bit though, because I'm not too certain it's enough, which I should really be looking at more. Okay, there we go. And hold the brakes. Alright, everyone, here we go. 40% on the throttles. 40% N1. And Toga. .80 knots checked. Rotate. Positive climb. Gear up. Alright. San Diego's a right-hand traffic pattern, so we're gonna follow that. So make a left hand, I mean, in this case, but making a left hand real quick.
1,000.
Flaps 10. Level off at 4,000 actually. Not quite as much, but it'll do. And we're gonna go to heading 275, as that is the exact same heading, exact opposite that we took off from. So there we go, vertical speed. Alright, hold that altitude. Perfect. Flaps up. Okay. Then there is the airport. Perfect. Come on. I don't like how slow the engine's throttle up. It's kind of a nuisance, but you know what? It'll have to do. And thank you for commenting about that. I just realized I'm zoomed out more than I thought I was, so you're seeing all the trash and everything, unfortunately. Well, it's not all trash, but yeah. I do actually have a Frogger case right here, which I know some of you already know about. I do have a PlayStation 1 Frogger. Yeah, thank you. It is really cool. And speaking of cool, we're about to come in for our first touch and go. So, set to 1,000 and come in at 200. This isn't really a professional job, but I'm just gonna roll with it because, to be honest, today's just one of those lazy days. So, I'm gonna put flaps 1. This will decrease our stall speed, increase our drag, which is exactly what we need. So, it works out. Landing lights are still on because we're below 10,000. Go to off. And, yeah, looking good so far. I'll turn that off. Okay. I'll slow down just a tad. Increase that bank limit to 30, I think. Okay. We're not going to set the auto brake because well, I guess we could. But I'm not going to do it this time because we're just doing touch and goes, and I don't know. That's really a requirement, so. Okay, flaps 5. And the airport is right there. If I crash, this is for educational purposes only. Do not follow what I do. Of course, that was just a joke, but. Okay. Gear down. Flaps 15. I'm a little bit off. I'm gonna disengage the autopilot and fly this manually now. Put that away and arm it. Okay. Alright, flaps 25. For reference, I'm not actually using a throttle. And now I was because I was trying to adjust it. But the plane will actually use the throttle itself to adjust its speed. So That's what I love about airplanes, is that they basically fly themselves, and it's why I want to be a pilot, because, seems like a pretty easy job now, doesn't it? Well, I mean, except for traffic control and all that, but, yeah, whatever. Flaps 30. There we go. Go 150 on the speed. I put the keyboard off to the side for now, because I need to concentrate on this. Alrighty. Screw it. I'm going full manual throttle. This
Approaching 0, 9.
checked. A little low right now.
400. 300.
Okay, looking good so far. A little laggy, but it's alright.
200.
Yeah, yeah.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
A little bit floaty. Okay. Okay, we're down. And now, here comes the fun part. This is what touch and go is. There we go. Gear up. Now I'm just practicing my landings, kind of. But, you know. Flaps 15. Flaps 10. And I know it's kind of repetitive, but it's just practice, you know. Flaps 1. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. Now let's set this up for a runway 27 approach. I'm going to flip this around. Which normally I wouldn't do, but because this is not live traffic or anything, I'm going to chill with it. Because I can. And why the heck not? Okay. Arm that auto throttle. And put those flaps up. Okay. Now the plane's flying itself. Yippee. 500. Just checking the chat. Sorry if I don't check the chat as much. I mean, I'm kind of flying a plane. Well, not really, but still, you get my point. But yeah. Okay. Yeah, I would love to stream Frogger though. It's a cool idea. Although I would be very terrible at it because I mean, I say that I'm good, but it's been a while since I've actually done any of that stuff. So, anyhow, let's I mean, it hasn't been a while, but okay. Anyways, moving on. I'm gonna sidetrack from the point here. Okay. Let's go up to 5,000. Okay. We're at 5,000 feet, and I'm going to attempt to enter what I want to try and call a traffic pattern, but it's just not really like that, but okay. Okay. The train to Southern California is quite stunning, although out here, because I do live in Southern California, it's very, very brown, as you might be able to see. I'll admit I always get kind of tired of it, but I'm hoping I can move out soon. I know I will be able to, but just not quite yet. Do 30 degrees of bank, and I will drop our speed so we can turn even tighter. Okay. Almost there. Maybe on the last, like, little hop, we can try to land at Palm Springs instead. Kinda would be a nice change of scenery, I guess. We'll see, though. Okay. Let's kind of level out there. Start descending slowly. The runway is pretty much right there. And as we come in, we should have a pretty good view of downtown. Hopefully. You know, I'm hoping, but depends on how low I actually manage to get, because sometimes I'm way too high on this approach and I have to do what's called a go-around, and it's like not really, not too fun. I mean, I guess it's good for practice, but yeah. Yes, California is very beautiful. I believe there's a hiking trail over here specifically. I'm not going to say where I live, but I feel like I've been to there before. And yes, I do live in San Diego. Ugh. A lot of these things, hey, I know where that is. A lot of these things are just familiar to me. So, pretty cool stuff. Pretty nifty, if I must say so myself. Start descending a little faster, though, because I am not very hot on speed right now. Flaps 1. Slows to 180. Go. Okay. Flaps. Yeah, we'll go flaps 5. Not too scary. Okay. Get those speed brakes out, and I'm going to drop the gear as well. Yeah, there's the runway right there. I can kind of see the lights. This is the actual approach, and up until recently I didn't think it was world famous, but I guess it is. It's just kind of surprising because it's just so normal for me to have this kind of like in real life thing, but just, I don't know. Okay, we're gonna go flaps 25. It's giving me a slowed relief, so I'm gonna have to slow down a little more.
2,500.
Checked. And normally you wouldn't turn this low to the ground, especially not over here. And get these stowed. Armed. Okay. Flaps 30. Not going to do 40, which is the absolute max because it's not required. Autopilot off. Okay, here we go. Checked. Turn that off. It's gonna be a hard one. Oh. Actually, that was pretty good. And now, we take off again. Alright, yep, this is go around, because that's what we're doing anyway. Gear come up. And flaps 15. That was a pretty good approach, though, I'd say. Definitely not the smoothest. I mean, actually, that was pretty smooth, but yeah. Flaps 10. Flaps 5. Okay. I'm gonna just come into land on the next one, because my family's home, and I don't want to feel embarrassed around this about streaming, so yeah, I do feel that way sometimes. I don't say it, but I feel very embarrassed around my family when I'm streaming, so no, it's kind of weird, I guess, but some people on the stream will probably relate. I know they will. Labs up. Okay. Okay. We're almost there. There we go. And now, I'm gonna start turning around. And if you get the chance, maybe like and subscribe. I know some of you already are, but you know, I'm kind of being weird with this normally, because I normally don't say like and subscribe, because I just feel like it's, I don't know, it's weird. It just feels wrong. Like, you shouldn't have to ask people to do that. If they subscribe, they do. If you don't, then whatever, you know. Okay, flaps 1. Alrighty. Heading 095. Should take us straight home. So I hope. Okay. We were landing a little heavy, but we're gonna have to kind of deal with that, I think. Okay, let's descend a little bit. 180 knots. Now where's the airport? Oh, kind of perfect almost. Just got to increase my bank a little bit. Gear down. But now since we're actually landing, I'm going to set the auto brake. And also put flaps 5. Flaps 15. And we'll arm that spoiler. There we go.
2,500.
Just cut the throttle real quick because I have control over that. There we go. So we really need to slow down on this. Okay. Flaps 30. Did the full flap load in. I'm gonna go 40 because we're actually landing this time. We're pretty heavy, so. Okay. Still having low relief issues, it looks like. Under 162, it should start to deploy them. There we go. Yeah, the limit for the max flaps is 162 knots, so. Actually, looks like it's 166 for this one, but on the NG it's 162, but here it looks like it's 166.
1,000.
Anyhow, kind of coming in a little hot, but it's alright. I'll be okay. Okay, here, let's see here.
Approaching
checked.
400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Spoilers out. Reverse the screen. .65 knots. Get off the auto brakes. Stow 'em. Alright, welcome to San Diego, everybody. Party's over. Just kidding. Of course, but we do kind of gotta get off the runway. It's called a vacate. Okay, there we go. There, landing lights off. Although I will admit we kind of probably did land overweight, but that's totally fine. That's what sim is for, right? Okay. Flaps up. The flaps should be at 0. There we go. Speed brakes already retract. Let's start the APU. Okay. Well, that was fun. Yeah, I did enjoy that. Thank you for joining me if you did, and yeah, it's quite fun for sure. Did two touch and goes, 3 actually. No, I did do 2, I think. Anyhow, yep, San Diego's a nice place to do this because you get all these obstacles. It's great for practice. So, we're just gonna go park back at the commuter terminal, which actually doesn't exist anymore. They built a new terminal next to it, so kind of outdated scenery, if I must say. Stopped using that terminal in like 2021, I think, and then now they're building it. They built a new Terminal 1, which is very nice looking inside. I haven't been in it myself. I would love to be in it. But, you know. Hit the brakes a little bit here. We're going to zoom in a little bit. Okay. Switch these over to the APU generator. There we go. If you ever wonder how planes get power, now you know. Through either batteries or external power or alternators or whatever, so they generate their own power, which is pretty cool. Okay, let's park right here. This is meant for smaller planes, but does it look like I really care? No offense to the Cessna, I mean the whatever that is, Piper, can't tell, kind of poorly modeled. Yeah, no offense to them, but I really couldn't give a crap. Alright, there we go. Set the parking brake and turn those engines off. Let's see here. Air conditioning can come off. Yeah, they can cut that. Seatbelt off. Turn all those off. Didn't even have to turn the pitot heat on because it was warm enough outside. Didn't mean to do that. Turn this off. Turn that off. Alright, anyways, turn that off. Turn these off as well because we don't need those anymore. We don't need navigation. And, yeah, should be good to go. Let me go ahead and cut this. And also cut the batteries and other stuff. There we go. And call a flight well done. Well, it's been fun, guys. You know, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.